Okay, traders, welcome to day 9 of the Master Your Trading Mindset movement. If you're checking in for the first time, just a little bit of a recap of what this is all about. Every day in December for 30 days, I'm putting a video a day out on helping you mastering your trading mindset. The reason I'm doing this is because a lot of traders know the importance of psychology in trading mindset and putting the work in to refine and hone their psychology. But a lot of traders don't actually do what's necessary, and a lot of traders don't actually know what specifically to focus on. They don't have the right education, they don't have the right tools. So throughout December, I wanted to do a video a day to help each and every single one of you master your trading mindset, to ensure that going into 2023, your mindset's on point and you can have the most successful year in your trading and in your life in general. The one thing I ask from you guys and girls is if you could please share the videos with your trading friends, to like, comment, subscribe, all that type of stuff, and share them in your trading communities if you find them useful. But without further ado, we're going to get into it. Today we're going to be discussing the 7-figure trading plan. I'm going to give you a free template as well to ensure that every single one of you has a clear process-based trading plan. Now you might be asking yourself the question, why are we talking about trading plans in a psychology series? And the truth is that your psychology and your trading plan are very closely tied together. Meaning if you don't have a clear process-based trading plan and you leave a lot of your decisions up to how you feel in that particular moment, then the emotional volatility is going to be greater in your trading. You're going to have more expectations on the outcome. You're going to be pushed into outcome-based thinking. You're going to be relying on decision-making based on how you feel in that particular time. And you're not going to have a proven edge that you're executing on consistently. And that leaves you vulnerable to a lot of stress. It leaves you vulnerable to a lot of regret with decision making, etc., etc. So what I've seen over the last 6.5 years, my own trading journey, and also working now with hundreds of traders one-on-one, having thousands of traders come through my programs, is that those traders who have a clear process-based trading plan, it's clearly laid out step by step by step, and it's mechanical and there's no discretion involved. Those are oftentimes the traders who don't really have that many emotional volatilities in their trading. And those little emotions that come up here and there, they know how to manage them. They have the tools in place to manage those things. And lo and behold, those are the traders who build consistent results and consistent profitability, because every time they show up the market, they have a very clear thing they need to do and they get it done. It's all laid out, it's all process-based. This is probably also why surgeons and pilots don't leave up decision-making to how they feel in that particular moment. They've got protocols, they've got procedures, they've got plans that they execute on in any particular situation. So in this particular lecture, we're going to be discussing the 7-figure trading plan. And I believe having a clear process-based trading plan is so important. It's actually something I put a little bit more of emphasis on in the new 12-week program, to ensure that each and every single one of my students have a clear trading plan. I've also put an audit in that program. So if traders want to send me their trading plans, they can, so I can give them feedback, because I believe that the trading plan has such a big impact on your psychology. So if you want that, jump to the 12-week program. We've currently got a 7-day free trial on that. Okay, let's get into it. Now, the big problem here when we talk about trading plans, what's the elephant in the room? Well, the clear thing that pops up to me when we talk about a trading plan is that there's inconsistent execution if you don't have a clear trading plan. And what I mean by that is most traders, those traders that don't have a clear process-based mechanical trading plan, every time they come to the market, they execute slightly differently. And their decision-making isn't consistent. It's inconsistent every time they show up to the market, mainly because they're executing based on how they feel in that particular moment, and how you feel, your emotions day-to-day change. Sometimes you might feel slightly more optimistic because you're a little bit more confident and have higher self-esteem that day, and you're potentially laxing risk because of that extra self-confidence, and you're going to be taking decisions or making decisions that you may not make other days, where you're feeling a little less self-confident, you're taxing risk and you're seeing risk, and your perception of risk is different that day. You may not make a certain decision that you'd make when you're feeling a little bit more confident. So if we're leaving it up based on how we feel, we're not going to be executing consistently in our decision making. We're going to lax and tax risk, and we're going to see risk greater or lesser depending on how we feel. And my point here is that if you're trading based on how you feel on that day and that changes, you're not consistently executing on an edge. So the question I want to pose is, how can you expect consistent results with inconsistent execution? Really, all it's about is having a clearly defined edge and consistently showing up to the market, executing on that edge consistently. And it's the consistent and persistent execution of your edge over a large sample space that yields you consistent profitability in your results. Okay, so if you don't already have a clear mechanical trading plan, or the other thing is if there's a lot of discretion in your trading plan, then every time you come to the market, again, those emotions, you're going to be feeling slightly different that day. So your execution of that discretion is going to be slightly different, and your discretion is going to be slightly different that day based on how you feel, based on how you're perceiving risk that day. So if there's a lot of discretion in your trading plan, chances are every time you're trading, you're not executing on an edge. You're trading based on how you feel, and that's not going to yield consistent profitability in the long run. It's going to yield you stuck in the boom and bust cycle. Okay, so this is the big problem we're addressing today. So you want to be implementing this to ensure consistency in 2023. Now, I have this step-by-step process, and I'm going to run you through it now. You want to learn a viable strategy that suits your personality. This is super key. There's a lot of educators out there. Find one that resonates with you. Find a strategy that resonates with you. I know I've tried a lot of different strategies out there. Some resonated more than others. I thought some resonated best for me, but that changed, and I found one that's very mechanical, very systems-based, and something that I absolutely love trading because it fits my lifestyle. It fits working with the education and performance coaching business. It integrates into my life so well, and it's very mechanical, so I don't really need to think about it. So you need to go off and find a strategy that works for you and it suits your personality. On top of that, you want to then, once you've learned that strategy, you don't want to take the educator's word for it. You don't want to take the mentor's word for it. You want to go and backtest that strategy to prove to yourself that that strategy works. And the best you can do really is have a look at previous data and be honest with your backtesting and make sure you're actually in real time in the backtested data so you can see the strategy playing out, if it plays out, if it works. And you want to build a sense of confidence that the system has a proven edge based on previously stored data in the market. And then with that, you want to take that information, you want to build out a trading plan, a step-by-step trading plan, which is what I'm going to show you how to do today and give you the template for. Now, the most you can do as a trader is know that your strategy works based on back-tested data, put that into a step-by-step system, and then project that into the future and execute on that consistently. Now, just because it worked in the past doesn't mean it's going to work in the future, but the most you can do as a trader is execute on that edge. And that's really what you have to do as a trader. That's really the one of the drawbacks of being a trader is that nobody truly knows what's going to happen next in the future. But if your system has played out more times than not in the past, then based on a self-fulfilling prophecy of the market being mass psychology and human behavior repeating itself, then more likely than not, your system's going to have an edge in the future. So that's really the mentality that trading is all about. It's about creating a system based on previous data, making sure that the system has an edge, and then putting that into a system, a trading plan, and consistently executing on that trading plan into the future, and seeing the results it yields. Now, I'm going to give you the template right now actually to go in, and once you've found a strategy, once you've back tested it, you want to go in and fill in this template to ensure that your trading plan has everything that's required for execution, for risk management, for management in general, etc., etc. So let's get into that now. Okay, so each and every single one of you will have access to download this template. All you have to do is come up to the top right here, and you'll be able to click duplicate template. And this is a Notion template. Now, if you don't use Notion, you just copy and paste this particular text, and you can use it in whatever document, Word document, Google Drive, whatever it is, whatever you like to use. But the first thing you want to be doing in a trading plan, all a trading plan needs to have is an entry point, an exit point, and how much you're risking. That's really all you need in a trading plan. Get in, get out, how much are you risking? Now, I like to break down entries into two components, area value and entry criteria. The area value is the higher time frame. It's the daily, it's the 4 hour. What do you look for in the higher time frames to give you an indication that this is a great area of value that I want to potentially zoom in and look for an entry in? So what is it? You want to put down simple rules, simple checklists, and add a picture. Okay, and then once that entry area values is met, and I'm in that area value, you then zoom into lower time frames. And then what specifically do you look for in the lower time frames to give you an indication that I want to trade this particular movement? And I have an edge here. And there's 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe 5 things you look for on the lower time frames as entry criteria to give you confirmation of a move. So what are those things? Insert simple rules, insert a checklist, insert pictures. So what you pretty much have is a very step-by-step process of higher time frame, what do I look for specifically? Lower time frame, what do I look for specifically? A checklist, bam, 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 all those things are ticked. Great, I'm gonna put risk on in the market. Now, when I place my entry, there are a few things that you need to have for your exit. Where is my initial stop loss gonna be placed? Put a rule, put a picture. Then do I have a break-even rule? If I do, what is it? If I don't put anything there. Maybe you trail your stop to break even, maybe you don't. Maybe you take partials to cover risk. Whatever it is you do, put your rule there. And then the next thing here is active management. Do you trail your stop loss in a form of active management, or do you set take profits, which is the last thing here? Do you set multiple take profits or just one take profit? Or do you do both? Do you set take profits and have active management? So you want to cover and put rules in place for each of these things, because that's really the workflow of a trader. You need to have a look at the higher time frame to give you an idea of direction. Once that's aligned with your trading plan, you want to look at lower time frames to give you an idea of entry criteria. Once that's met your criteria, you put the trade on, you set a stop loss. Once you're in the position, you can either get taken out for a loss or it can trail in profit. Great, are you going to try to break even? If so, yes. How? If not, leave it. And then if it's trailing into profit, are you taking profit through active management or through take profits? Okay, and then the final little thing here is how much do you risk and what are your risk rules? Do you risk 1% of capital? Do you risk less? As you take multiple losses in a row, do you scale your risk down? Right, so these are all the considerations you want to put into your trading plan. Make it very simple, make it very rules-based, and put simple pictures in there. And I guarantee you doing that will ensure that you have an edge every time you come to the market and execute. Now, once you have that in place, there are really only 2 things in your way, and it's fear and greed. Right? Once you have a clear trading plan and edge, clearly laid out in a system that I just gave you, a step-by-step process, then the only things that will stop you from consistently executing on this edge into the long run is both fear and greed. And this is really what the 12-week program is about. This is what all my YouTube videos are about. The 12-week program gives you the tools to be able to neutralize fear and greed and get you back on track and learn, you understand your psychology on a very deep level. You know how to manage these emotions so you get back to your processes. And that's really all it's about. Now that you have your edge, it's about managing your psychology to make sure you stick to your edge and consistently execute on it. That's what's going to yield you consistent profitability in 2023. So a bit of a summary. Don't expect consistent results with inconsistent execution of an edge. Outline your edge and put it in a step-by-step plan. I've given you the template, so make sure you use that. Focus on mastering your trading mindset to ensure that you know how to manage fear and greed so you can trade your edge over a long run. That's what's going to yield you consistent profitability. Okay, now guys, if you resonate with this particular lecture, please share it with your trading friends, put it in your trading communities, share it on your social medias. That helps get this movement out, that helps the channel grow, etc., etc. Make sure you subscribe, turn notification bells on, like, comment, all the good stuff. If you resonate with this, you want to be checking out the free 7-day trial to the 12-week program. That program's a synthesis of my last 6.5 years of work, and it's a mind blow. You get amazing results in that program. Anyway, I look forward to seeing you all tomorrow for day 10 of the Master Your Trading Mindset movement. We'll speak soon.